Colonial people, it's time to make a choice. Stand up for what's yours. You deserve freedom, and it's time to get away from the English king. The King of England only cares about advancing himself. The government in England has no care about their people. You have no say over in England, while in America, the government is mainly given to the states and the people of the states. The government's there for you to take charge of what is yours. You have the ability to pursue happiness, to gain property, and to live a full and prosperous life. These full and prosperous lives include the ability to be whatever you want to be. Whatever you can dream can happen in America. While in Britain, you are stuck being what you are born as. If you are born into a low class, that's where you will be for your entire life. In America, you can be dirt poor and then grow up to be the wealthiest businessman in the country. For me, the reason I chose to be part of the American Revolution was to benefit me and my family. I chose to get away from England's terrible tyrant, the King of England, who I disagree with everything he does. I feel that the American government gives me the power that I have zero rights in Britain. When I came over to America, I found that I can be anything that I want to be. I have the ability to divorce my husband. I have the ability to choose who I want to marry. And I have the ability to be any kind of businesswoman that I deserve or feel that I deserve to be. These powers are greatly important for women and slaves, including black free slaves that have gained their own freedom, which is only possible in America. In England, you will be stuck as a slave your entire life and are never given the opportunity to buy your freedom. Due to the American Revolution, everyone has equal opportunities to be as successful as they can imagine. The rest of this video includes information on the Bill of Rights and a little bit of bashing on the British. This message is sponsored by the American Revolutionaries.
Reasons why you should travel to America. We have freedom of religion, press, speech, so no matter who you are, where you're from, what skin color, you can say whatever you want, unless you're a slave. Or if you're white, you can say whatever you want. Alright, and we have freedom of religion. Don't be in Britain, be in America. Another advantage of being in America is why would you want to be in Britain, where soldiers are forced to live into your house and they're so disrespectful, slobby, take all your food, your money? Why would you want that? Whereas in America, you can have your own houses. Soldiers can't come in at all. They have to find their own house to support themselves, while you can support yourself, take your food, and no one will disrespect you. Alright, so why would you want to live in this little country right here where they have the ability to search your house for no reason whatsoever? They show up one day, they take you to jail for no reason, a crime that you never did. They search your house, search you for evidence that never happened, and they suspect you to go to jail in that little country. Whereas in this big country right here, all right here, we have the power not to, we have to have a search warrant to search your house or take you to jail. We can't just show up, search through your house, and then if we find anything at all, if we don't find anything, then we take you to jail for no reason. What's the point of that? So, you decide, little country, big country. Hello. Another reason why you should come to America is we can have a grand jury for your trials. A grand jury of your peers where they can help you testify to see if you're guilty or innocent. Whereas in Britain, you don't have a jury at all. They decide for you. And you go to jail for no reason at all. Whereas America, they can decide if you go to jail fairly or not. And in America, you can have a life. Depending on how good you do or how bad you do will depend on how your life is affected. Whereas in Britain, you're either low your whole life or high your whole life. And you have liberty your whole life too. And then property, you can buy stuff in America and get all sorts of properties, different sizes. Where in Britain, you're given a certain area and have to stay in there.
So one reason you would want to come to America is because we have the right to a speedy and public trial. Because over in Britain, when you were accused of something, you had no right to a speedy or public trial. So when you were accused, you would usually just remain in jail. Because with a speedy trial, you have the right to instantly get a case and be set free if you're innocent. And a public trial just basically means that you can have a jury come and witness your case and make sure it's all a fair trial. Britain or America?
America, we have something called common law, which means that basically anything can be trialed for a jury if you feel like something got stolen from you, like $20 or more, then you can trial a jury for it to try to get it back. And there's no favoring one another in any type of trial. Whereas in Britain, if something got stolen from you, they don't care. You don't have to trial a jury. You can't get it back. And if they like someone more, they might just give them the trial and they'll win the jury. All right, in America, we don't have excessive punishment, as in Britain they do. So if you steal someone's shoe, for say, they're not going to hang you for it or stab you or kill you. Where in Britain, you steal something from someone, they'll just chop your head off. And we also don't have excessive bail, which means that it's not $10,000 to get someone out of jail. Because in Britain, it probably would be.
We don't have a jack of all trades.
In America, they have enumeration of the Constitution, which means the laws are written down and organized, and they can't just be changed. Whereas in Britain, the laws aren't enumerated and not organized and written down, so the king can just change the laws and powers, and they have something called unofficial constitution. They don't even have an official constitution. Over there, their king's just in power, telling everyone what to do. They don't have their laws organized, strictly told to them. So they're all ancient and out of date over there. They're like iOS 5. Over here in America, we're like iOS 8. In America, we know what we can and can't do based on the laws stated in our Constitution. Whereas in Britain, they don't know what they can and can't do. The king just tells them what to do and what they can't do. And all of our laws are written down in our Constitution, so they can't just be changed whenever. Why would you want to go to Britain where they have a king in power, who's in total power, tells you what to do, gets you in trouble, and everything, whereas in America, everyone's equal rights. You can do anything you want that's listed in the Constitution.
The British, they're like such scum of the earth. Filthy pigs who take advantage of people like us Americans, you know? Like for example, the French and Indian War. We were dragged into the war even though we have like friendly relations with the French. Yeah, that's right, we love France. Love the French. And Indians too, but you know, not as much. But still, whatever. The attribute that divides the Britons from the Americans, and that attribute is laziness. Because we Americans are not lazy. The British are. Example number one, King George III, you know? King George, he's a foul-smelling, putrid, rump-fed, onion-eyed lout, and we do not resemble King George, and we should not be, like, ruled over by a person as disgusting as him. But, you know, also, for an example, we're diligent, we're persistent, we're tenacious, we are Americans. We have to go out and command our slaves to go physically get up and command our slaves to go do our labor, and because we do share the labor, you know, there's like the moral support, and then the slaves, they do what they do, but we have the heavy lifting. And then if they don't listen, we have to physically whip them with our whips. I mean, like, that's hard work, you know? You don't see English people doing that, and that is why Americans rule.
Alright, listen people, it's a simple choice. Aren't you tired of paying taxes?
Yeah!
Aren't you tired of those pesky redcoats? Why would you want to be a part of a country that literally massacres their own citizens? Think about the Boston Massacre. They were killing their own citizens. After the Boston Massacre, there was literally blood flowing down the streets. Why would you want to be a part of a country, again, that does that to their own citizens? Think about the New York attack when they attacked the people of their city. They literally burned the city down and killed the citizens within. You can't be part of a country like that. You need to decide. Choose America.
Tired of living in a small country like England? That's not the only small thing about them. Just look at how small the country is. See, you can come over here, you get treated like this. You get treated, or you can be right here. The America. Come over and join us here at the American colonies. It will be free land. Oh wait, there's more. You'll get free slaves when you join the American colonies, as long as you're a free white man.
There was literally blood flowing down the streets of the city. I mean, just take a look. Here's an example. There was literally blood flowing down the streets after the Boston Massacre. Or even think about the New York attack on when they attacked. Alright, listen people. Aren't you tired of taxes?
Yeah!
Well,
We're here to talk to you about why you should join the American Revolution instead of Great Britain.
That was
America are able to work their way through freedom